Hola Aries, this is your general reading for August 2018. It is your mid-month, so from August 15th until August 31st. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so it can be applied to love, family, friends, finances, or business, or career, or what have you, okay? If it resonates, consider a personal reading. My rates and info are below, along with my email. Just shoot me an email, and we can make that happen. Things to mention, my 2018 Sun Moon readings are up in my playlist, so go look up what your Sun Moon sign is and check out what your behavioral traits are in addition to, in addition to your predictions for 2018. And let me just point this out because, and I'm saying in the Aries video because I had an Aries contact me today. Actually, an Aries / Scorpio made a comment, a rude comment. I am not reading, just like reading off the internet for that. I'm just narrating somebody's text, and I've credited the source and everything. And some people actually like it. They don't know that that's out there. And when I find it and I read it for them, you know, some people actually enjoy that. So I don't know. This guy, I guess he was pissed off and he wanted to piss in my Wheaties today. No idea. Okay. So just keep that in mind with the Sun Moon readings, because I got into it with him a little bit and then I was like, you know what? I got to let this go because, you know. All right. Anyways, compatibility readings. You guys could skip over that rant. My compatibility readings are also up in the playlist. So check those out. I'm hoping, they're my labor of love. I'm hoping at some point they're going to turn into like matchmaking for you guys. So you can go in and like start conversations in the comments and maybe kind of get to know each other either as friends or otherwise. That's why I started doing it. I'm also on the Instant Go app. So look up Veronica Garnett. If you need a quick answer to a quick question, text only at this time. Otherwise, let's get to your reading, guys. So Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight for Aries? Last 2 weeks of August 2018, what are the energies that they came out of prior to this period of time? What energies can they expect the last 2 weeks of August? And then finally, how will they move out of August into September? Please grant with objectivity to read these cards as they're intended to be read and say your messages. Oh, that wasn't a popper. My finger slipped. As you intend them to be said. Okay. Because I felt it slip. I know you guys are going to be like, popper! I'll pull poppers if they're poppers. Okay. Can you please show me Aries' previous energies? Prior to, we had the Tower in the upright. Okay, so you guys went through some kind of upheaval or something. What are the energies they can expect the last 2 weeks of August? Okay, we had the Judgment card in reverse. And then how will they move out of August into September? We have the Six of Swords in the upright. I will pull clarifiers. So we're starting off with the Tower card, previous energies. You guys had something pretty much in upheaval, something kind of fell apart, as the Tower card often does. Maybe something you didn't want to change, but it was going to change anyways. The Tower card, the Tower when it falls down is inevitable. So whatever it was, you really didn't have any control over it. No matter what you did, it was going to fall to pieces anyways. The message behind the Tower card is, though, that, you know, you learned something from it, okay? It had to happen, it had to fall to the ground so that you could learn something, so you could get clarity on a situation, so that you could start anew in regards to something. Let's say in terms of a relationship, it had to fall apart so that you guys could reconnect at another time and look at each other with a fresh set of eyes. Or, you know, if it was a job, it just fell apart or it went out of business or you got laid off or whatever, it had to happen so that maybe another opportunity is going to come to you. It kind of clears out the cobwebs, in my opinion, when the Tower occurs. But I see here you're not seeing that when the last 2 weeks of August because we had the Judgment card in reverse. So some of you are in some kind of denial. Some of you are not kind of learning what you needed to learn from this. Okay, you're not kind of judging and assessing why this happened and not getting you know, something positive out of it. Some of you might be saying to yourself, if I hadn't done this, if I hadn't done that, this wouldn't have happened. So some of you here might still be believing that you actually had control over this situation. And I don't feel that that's really the case. I feel like this was going to happen no matter what it was. But here you're kind of, you haven't learned that. You're thinking you have a measure of control over it because you're not judging this situation with the perspective you should be, with honest eyes or in regards to that. All right. Six of Swords. So moving forward with the Six of Swords into September, I'm feeling that you guys, you're looking for some kind of closure or something on this, and you're not getting it. The Six of Swords is, you know, returning back to something, because, you know, there's unresolved issues here, and you just can't leave it behind. And the Six of Swords, in reverse, I will often say with that card, sometimes you are not going to get the answers that you need. You aren't going to get what you need in order to move on, and you have to create your own closure, is what I say. So if you can't get the answers or whatever, you need to create your own closure, and that's by deciding you're going to rid yourself of your baggage you have, stop resisting change, or what have you. But I think there's a level of not accepting what happened here, and that's really going to prevent you guys from moving forward in September, in my opinion. Okay, so, okay, can you please provide clarification on the Tower card in the upright for Aries prior to the last 2 weeks of August? Why is the Tower card here for Aries prior to the last 2 weeks? What was this situation? Who was this person? What was this energy? Eight of Cups reversed. I don't like how that shuffled. Bear with me. Queen of Wands. Okay, I'm feeling like you guys, with the Queen of Wands, that's you guys, feeling like you have some kind of measure of control over something that you don't, or feeling like you did. You kind of, with the Queen of Wands, you kind of thought, okay, well, if I step into this and I just kind of tell everybody how it's going to go, or I decide there isn't going to be a change, or how things, that this isn't going to go down the way it is, then it's going to turn out the way that I want it to. Because that's the energy of the Queen of Wands. Like, she steps on the scene, she says, okay, you guys are going to do this. She's very confident. She's very self-assured. She does it in a very feisty way, or she could be very passionate about it. So I feel that vibe there, thinking that you had some kind of control over this. The Two of Pentacles indicates to me you didn't, because here you are kind of struggling. You're trying to balance things. You're trying to multitask, trying too hard to balance this out, make it happen. And I feel like it was slipping out of your grasp. And I think you had a hard time accepting that, despite the work that you were putting into it, trying to make everything okay, despite the power that you were throwing into it and the confidence. And it to me, like I said, I just think you guys thought you had a measure of control over a situation that you did not have. And some of you might, with not wanting this thing to happen, I feel like you kept returning to the situation with the Eight of Cups. Kind of returning, milling around, going, okay, well, that didn't work, so how about I do this? Trying to do different things, trying to juggle different things. Really kind of doing your best to control this outcome from happening, to prevent this outcome from happening. And like I said, I just think there was a lack of acceptance. Rather than folding into the universe, I think you guys tried to forge the situation into, you know, hammer the situation into what you wanted to. And I don't want to say didn't have control over it, because I'll say that for the 5th time. All right, and I hate getting repetitive. Okay, can you please provide a clarification on the Judgment card in reverse for Aries? Why is the Judgment card in reverse for Aries in regards to energies for the last 2 weeks of August? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages, please. Judgment card in reverse. Personality. Okay, flipping that out of the back. And I wish my cards didn't get bent. Okay, person. Okay, I still think that you guys are thinking that something's gonna change. Even after the bell has rung, I think you guys are still thinking that, and I really feel like you guys are, some of you are just thinking about it the wrong way. Like, for some of you, I think you need to have a more, like, spiritual way of looking at things instead of tangible. Realizing you can't master everything, because I know you guys, when it comes to you guys, you say to yourselves, if I know I have a lot of drive. I know if I just put my nose to the grindstone, I know I can make this happen, you know, come hell or high water. And, you know, I'm getting that here with with the Wheel of Fortune, like I said, that you guys are thinking, if you do this, the luck is going to turn somehow. Things are going to bode well for you. There's going to be a turning point, and you're really kind of invested in that. Your fortune turning around. And with the Ten of Pentacles, I'm getting the same thing there. I don't know if this is a family issue or a money issue, but the Ten of Pentacles to me in general is just, you guys are thinking that you're going to get a grasp on this, but trying to get a grasp on it the old way that you've been doing things, it's not, I don't feel like it's working out for you guys. And I feel like as a result, what happens is there's a level of frustration that goes along with it, and then you guys end up turning into this Knight of Wands, getting really chaotic, really impulsive, really hasty, making decisions based on that, because you have loss of control. So you're just kind of resorting to this. This is your last resort, going, okay, well, this doesn't work. I'm going to, let me try this. Okay, let me try that, and it's not a control. I keep on using the word control too much. I need to stop doing that. It's not a planned, strategic, different way of doing things. I feel like you guys are going to your same go-to toolbox to try to rectify this, and it's not working. So you grab another tool, but it's the same tool. It's just like, I don't know, instead of going for the flathead screwdriver, you guys go and you're going for the Phillips head screwdriver, but it's essentially still a screwdriver. It still functions the same way. It still has the same purpose. It still does the same thing. When you really need to grab the hammer, well, maybe that's not, the hammer might not be good, but, a different tool, and just go at this a totally different way. And I just think you guys are clingy, and I feel like if you keep on pushing or applying enough force or applying enough drive, you are going to turn this situation to your advantage. And I don't feel that happening. Can you please provide clarification on the Six of Swords in reverse? Why is the Six of Swords in reverse? For Aries as they move into September, who is this person? What is this energy? And the Six of Swords is saying to me that you guys are kind of clinging to your old ways. Okay, you don't want to let go of them. You're resisting this change. You don't want to let go. You don't want to change. You don't want to change your ways. It's always been, this happens, then I do this, and this is the result that I get. And you're kind of dumbfounded that that's not happening. And for some of you, you're just actually desperate, or behaving in desperate ways to try to get things to turn your way. Okay, Six of Swords in reverse. Who is this person? What is this energy, please? Person, personality, perspective, person. All right, and it's preventing you from this lack of planning. This lack of planning is actually preventing your growth. Okay, so if you keep on clinging to the old ways of doing stuff, the same behavioral patterns, the same defense mechanisms, the same coping mechanisms, whatever's worked in the past doesn't mean that it's going to work in the future. Different variables. You need to apply different things to different variables. Variables change all the time. Queen of Cups, emotions all over the place. So, okay, so once you address this, because with the Two of Wands, once you come to this realization that you guys are having a lack of a plan and it's stymieing you, it's actually preventing you from where you want to go. You guys could be overlooking details in regards to something. You could have a fear of the unknown. So, the changing part, you don't want to change because it's unknown. This could very well apply to a person. It's better to stay with the devil you know than the devil you don't know. Why change? I already know this person. I know they're crap, but at least, it's better to take on their crap than someone else's crap. So I could see it being in regards to a relationship. But, it's not boding well for you because the Queen of Cups here, I mean, she's just not good with emotions. And you kind of being like this, it's very draining. For some of you, you might try to emotionally manipulate a situation in your favor. And I think once you have this realization that these two cards are presenting to you, how you're being, how you're acting, what's holding you up, what's preventing you, you're going to break through it with the Six of Wands, because the Six of Wands is about being victorious. So I almost feel like this is almost like a battle within yourselves in regards to how you are and how you handle stuff. But I feel like once you recognize this, once you have the recognition that this is going on and you accept it and you embrace it and you acknowledge your contribution to it, or what have you, you're really going to break out of it, you know, being on top. Because the Six of Wands is all about having gone through a battle and coming out of it, getting on top again, being the boss, you know, getting recognized for or awarded for having gone through something that was tremendously hard. So that's what I'm kind of getting for you guys. All right. So definitely leave comments up. I always like to see what everyone's going through, especially in relation to this, because this was very intense. I would expect nothing less of you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and mention again, my 2018 Sun Moon readings are on my playlist. My compatibility readings are on my playlist. I'm on the Instant Go app if you need a quick answer to a quick question. And otherwise, Aries, I will see you September for your love readings. Where did the summer go? Damn. Okay. Adios, guys. Bye.